Helping story tonight. There's still no sign of Madalina Cojocari more than 18 months after she disappeared. But Cornelius Police are now saying that her mother, Diana, is a suspect in her daughter's disappearance. But Diana Cojocari is not facing any new charges.
And she's also not wanted. We wanted to know why. Queen City News anchor Derek Dellinger joins us now. So Derek, you spoke with law enforcement veterans about this.
And Derek, calling Madalina's mom a suspect, that's a big step, right?
Yes, it is. In fact, the experts that we spoke with told us that this sets the stage for more to come from the case, even though right now Cornelius Police are not going that far in their statements to us. When the news came out Monday afternoon that Diana Cojocari was now considered a suspect in her daughter Madalina's disappearance, the reactions ranged from why now to why not sooner. Madalina has been missing since around Thanksgiving 2022. Her mother admitted to not filing a report on her disappearance. Her stepfather found guilty of the same charge, and the child still nowhere to be seen. But now Diana is again in the spotlight.
Because there are certainly times where individuals are considered suspects and they really don't want anyone to be aware because they don't want to show their hand.
Walter Bowers is a lawyer and former law enforcement officer who says the designation of Diana Cojocari as a suspect is an important one.
And it also brings pressure not only on the mom, but other individuals that may be involved to say, hey, we have some more details.
It's important to note that up until now, Diana Cojocari has never been charged in her daughter's disappearance. The charge she was facing and pled guilty to was failing to file a report on the disappearance of a child, which was a felony.
When I was a police officer, prior to joining the FBI, was a serial rape case. We had a suspect for over a year before we actually arrested him and got him convicted because we just didn't have enough evidence to arrest him. We didn't have the probable cause until we did.
Michael Tabin is an author and a retired FBI special agent in charge. He says the designation of Diana Cojocari as a suspect could be partly due to the pressure for progress on the case. The investigation into Madalina's disappearance is still active. Diana's now estranged husband, Christopher Palmer, was ultimately found guilty of also failing to file a report on Madalina's disappearance, but he is not considered a suspect here. Queen City News reported last week on the release of state's evidence in the Palmer case, which revealed that Palmer had suspicions of what happened to Madalina, believing she was not kidnapped.
If you believe that your wife possibly does know where she's at, what would be her reasoning?
That I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out. I've talked to her multiple times, and not a threat to either one of them. But it feels like I'm kind of like the outsider right now.
I think a mom who doesn't report her kid missing for 3 weeks is a suspect from moment one.
It is important to stress again that Diana Cojocari is considered a suspect in her daughter's disappearance, but Cornelius Police stress that she is not facing charges and that she is not wanted. Cornelius Police have issued flyers out with details that Diana is a suspect in the disappearance and that they are still looking for Madalina. And they have issued one of those flyers in Romanian. They also plan on issuing one in Russian, too.